Hi crafty people, this is Ellen with EGI Designs. Today I am coming at you with a creepy Christmas card. And I'm going to be doing the stack, cut, shuffle technique. And this time I'm going to do it with triangles instead of the rectangles. And my sister and one of my friends love Halloween and love Christmas, and I thought that this would be the perfect paper for them to make a creepy Christmas card. So this particular paper pack, it is by Scrapbook Customs. It's called Creepy Christmas, and this is kind of a takeoff on Nightmare Before Christmas. So I just wanted to show you the paper really quickly. Like on this one you have Jack and Zero. And they do have beautiful patterns on the back. Like this one looks like an unassuming snowflake, and then you look and it's got skulls in there. Oh, it's a great plaid. And then this one is Merry Christmas, The Night Before Christmas, What a Wonderful Nightmare, all those kind of sayings. On the back we have a candy cane with little skulls on it. Same thing here, but in red. Oh, I love this one. The skeleton reindeer. And then we have, this is like quite Halloween-y. You know, the ghosts and the witch's hat and the haunted houses and all of those kind of things. In the back we just have the swirls. A beautiful poinsettia. This one's really pretty with the snowflakes. Oh, and then it repeats. So we need to pick 3 papers out of here. I do also have the Ephemera. This one's more of the Halloween, but I did like the Zero on there. And then this one is all of the Christmas ones. And I like this skull candy cane with Zero, and these other, like this wreath, poinsettia, and the gift. I'm going to be putting the pieces on this cardstock. This is Cranberry by Concord and Ninth, and I thought it matched perfectly with all the colors in here. And then I want to make a mat of that behind that, and this is just the Recollections black glitter. And for the sentiment, I think I want to use this Merry Everything, and I have a die. This one is out of the Pink Fresh Nested Rectangles Diagonal Stitch. So I thought the diagonal stitch might be a fun throwback to some of the patterns in here, or the candy cane, or things like that. So let me get my pieces picked out here, and then we will get started. I have the 3 papers that I chose here, and since we are doing 3 puzzle pieces, we need 3 pieces of paper. And these are 3 3/4 by 5, and I have them going landscape because I want to have my card going this direction. And they are going to be put onto these mats, which are 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have the glittery black that will go behind that for a nice little matted sparkly layer. And these are 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Okay. So when you're doing it the triangle method, You basically can kind of make up how you want to do this. You know, with the rectangle one, and I'll link over to that so you can check that out. But the rectangle one is usually, you know, you cut it somewhere in here, and then you cut it here, and you cut it here, and everything lines up. Whereas with the triangle one, there's no real measurements. So you can just kind of go with what you want to do. What I will do is, so like, I'm just kind of trying to envision, you know, so I want this kind of layout, and I'm going to have my sentiment this way. So I'm probably going to cut here and have this part be the largest chunk, and then I will cut this part in half. So I think I'll go diagonal that way. So the one thing you want to do is you want to cut them all at the same time. So you need a trimmer that can handle, you know, this paper is pretty thick. So you want something that can handle that. This is the Tim Holtz rotary trimmer, and it can handle pretty much anything. It can even do chipboard, so it shouldn't have a problem cutting these. So you want to make sure they're all stuck together, and you just kind of line it where you want, and you really want to make sure that you're holding it really tight, because you don't want these to shift at all, because you need to keep them all lined up so all the pieces are the same. So here's our first section. So then we have the second section, and you can cut this again wherever you like. I think I might, I'll put this flat side against here. I'm just trying to eyeball kind of where, you just make sure everything is stuck together really tight, and then you cut. And you want to keep them in order as well. So then we have our pieces. So we had stacked them, and we had cut them, and now we need to shuffle them. So this will be the first pile. We will keep that like that. So this is number 1. So then pile number 2, we're going to take the first one and count 1. Okay? And then the third pile, we're going to count to 2. So 1, 2. Or you can just take the bottom one and move it to the top. So now we have our pieces. And I like to build my sets and then glue them down. So you take one from here, one from here, and one from here. And the way that I have my mat is that there will be a little space in between each of the pieces. You can also just stick them right together if you like. So whatever style you want to do there. I do actually kind of like the way that that looks. Yeah, I might end up doing that, or I can do one with the border and one without. So I'll do this, and this, and this. Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if I want them squished up or not. But I do think I like it kind of squished up. Alright, so we have that one. And then our final one. Okay. So now what we would want to do is we will glue these on. And the glue will give you a little bit of wiggle time, and when you're trying to figure out puzzle pieces, it's always good to have a little bit of wiggle time. And I don't know if I'll have to adjust a little bit because we have the, because we're squishing them together. You just want to try to make sure the border is equal. Around the edge. Give it a back rub. Okay, so we have our first one, and I'm going to go through and put these together, and I'll speed this up a little bit. Alright, and now I'm going to attach these to the mats. Alright, and now I'm going to work on the sentiments. Move this off to the side. So this one is from Simon Says Stamp, and it's a CZ design, and it's called Good Cheer. It does come with the coordinating dies. Alright, and I'm going to, I think I'm going to heat emboss this actually, and use some sparkle powder. Let's get all of our stuff ready. Alright, I have the VersaFine Clear, and so you need the anti-static powder, and you put that on. And you need an ink that is sticky, so either clear embossing ink, or if you use a pigment ink, that will also work. So you ink it up. Okay, take that out, and then you grab your powder. And sprinkle it on. And then tap it off. Looks like we had good coverage. I'm actually going to heat these all together. So I'm going to cut this. So put the powder back in. Okay, you take your Swiffer and wipe off your surface. Alright, so we'll go again. Let me just set that one aside. Alright, so when you want to heat sparkle powder, you want to heat it from behind at first, because otherwise the glitter will just fly away. So if you heat it from behind, then the powder has a chance to start melting, and then it will capture the sparkles. So we will get going on that. So I have my heat tool. So you want to let it warm up and then bring it to the paper. And you'll see inside there it starts to get really red and heated. You can see it's starting to change. Okay, and now that it's all set, you can come to the front and just go over it and make sure everything is melted. Okay, and if you turn it in the light, you try to see, did I miss any spots? I think we're looking pretty good. one. I'm just looking in the light. Good to go. If you do a bunch at once, the gun is already hot, so it melts a lot quicker. Okay. So I'm just gonna let these cool a little bit, and I'm gonna cut them out with this die, and I will be right back. Alright, so we have our sparkly merry everything. So now we need to make some card bases, and these are just going to be regular A2. So I'll show you a little bit of a trick. If you score and then cut, you will actually make 2 card bases and save yourself a trip. So if you put this long ways and put it at 4 1/4, and this is my Spellbinder's trimmer, and it has a scoring blade and a cutting blade on the same track, so it saves you a little bit. So we have our score line, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to cut it at 5 1/2. So now we have 2, and we only had to cut once and score once, so it saves us a little bit. So we'll do the same thing. So scoring at 4 1/4, and then we cut at 5 1/2. Okay. Alright, so we'll save one of those for another time. It's always good to have card bases laying around. Actually, I bring this back. So what you want to do is, I like to use this little ledge on here, but you take a bone folder and you burnish the score line. This is really thick paper. This is 120 pounds. It's the Accent Opaque that you can get on Amazon. So you really want to make sure that you burnish this well so it lays down nicely. Okay, so now we can start putting everything together. Alright, I'm just going to use my tape runner to put these on. And I have a very, very small border here. Okay. So we have our 3 backgrounds. And now we get to do the fun part, which is the decorating. I think I like that one, like that. Trying to see what I have here. This skull one, I think I wanted to kind of do that. I don't really want to cover up so much of that white. Let me see if I can find something else. Alright, I think I like it this way for that one. I'll get those out of the way. Let's see. I'm gonna pop this up, but I'll put this one directly on here. And I have some Big Mama foam tape, and I have my Simon Says Stamp Everyday Scissors, and these are great because they're coated with Teflon and they will not stick. And it has taken years, but I'm actually almost out of my Big Mama foam tape. So that's exciting. You'll have to see how big the roll is when I grab a new one. You won't believe it. Alright, I'm just going to put a little glue on this tape to give me a little wiggle room when I put it down. Alright, there's our first one. Alright, so I had glued this down, and I put foam tape on the back of this one, and I just want to get this on the front here. Okay, so I have that one. And then same thing. We have this skull swag. It just sounds so funny. And we'll get this on here. Okay, so we have this one. And this one. And this one. Alright, so I have some, these are the black Positively Dazzling gems from Simon Says Stamp. And I thought maybe we could try some of these on here. Just add a little extra sparkle. I don't know about placement on here, but we will figure it out. I think that'll work, or something to that effect. Let me just see if I can clean up my little tail here. Okay. Let's see on this one. I think maybe like this. Okay, and then this one. I think I like that. Okay. these put away so I don't tip them over. Alright, so we are all set with this creepy Christmas project. Alright, here's this one. I think these turned out awesome. I just love them. Just a little bit non-traditional Christmas. But the sparkle and the shine look amazing. Alright. So that is our creepy Christmas project of the day. And of course you can use, you know, whatever paper, whatever sentiments, whatever ephemera you have, and you can give this stack, cut, shuffle technique a try and use whatever paper you have, and just give it a shot because it's really easy, and we made 3 cards in no time at all. And you can make these as stepped up or as basic as you want. You don't have to do the heat embossing. If you just had the ephemera and, you know, stuck on a sentiment, that would make it even easier. So you can do as much or as little as you like on these. But and so I hope that you enjoyed the project today, and if you did, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you could take a minute to click that subscribe button and help me grow my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I'll link everything in the description box, and I will put a link to the stack, cut, shuffle rectangle edition that I did, so you can go check out that style because it's a little bit different. Alright, so take care. Thanks very much. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have a great day. Bye-bye.